Good. So remember, don't point over your shoulder. You pulled him to you. Yep, there you go. There, now see how he knows how, and now support his shoulder with the end of the other rope. Good. Now leave him alone. Keep your hand down, because otherwise you're telling him to trot. Yep, yep, yep. Good. Careful you don't tell him to trot by raising your hand up. Yes. Maybe. I think it was. Yep. Good. So now what you're going to do is, and I'm going to walk you through it first, is you're going to bend over, step backwards, change hands, and send him the other way. Bend over, step backwards, change hands, send him the other way. There you go. Good. Put your hand down. No, we're not going to be Kirsten Sauer today. That's your mommy. Go ahead. Good. Okay, try that turn again. Same thing. Bend over, step backwards, show him the other way. Support that shoulder if you have to. Support that shoulder. Yep. Good. I do think it was this way that was a little bit harder for him. Yep. So now look at his tail like he's got a butterfly in it. Bump his nose and see if he'll stop, and then wiggle the rope if he comes into you before you ask. So bump, look at his tail like you gotta, yep, and wiggle if he comes in, but you didn't ask him yet. Good, don't get so loud. And now bend over friendly and invite him to you. Good, he thought to leave, good. Good, now invite him. Good. Oh, yeah, good. Yeah. And that's huge from yesterday, right? And we left him on a good note yesterday. So usually if you leave him on a good note, you can start off like yesterday didn't happen and you can move on. Good. So now I'll tighten his girth a little bit just so
And then we do it again.
so we can do it at a trot, because you don't want to trot him with it this loose. No, buddy. I know. This is the worst part about being a horse, I bet. Well, I don't know. It's probably a worse thing, but... Good boy. Yeah. Yeah. See how light you can do it? Like, you don't have to automatically get that snap wiggling. Good. Now, he's assuming something, so tell him to go the other way. So, you're going to bump him, say, no, sorry, that's not the way I said. And then give him direction as soon as he looks at you. There. Leave him alone. Put your hand down. Leave him alone. It's like he knows he's going to be told to trot now. Okay, raise your hand. If he doesn't go right away, kiss twice. Wiggle him down to a walk gently. Good. Now, it wouldn't be uncommon for him to stop and ask, did you mean stop? Wiggle him back down to the walk. You didn't ask for that trot. I haven't moved. Good boy. Which means, if he's able to get to me, means if you watch your foot pattern there, you see where you started, and then you're starting to work your way towards me. Good. So you want to stay in the center. You don't need to follow him around. He's got the job of just doing what he's supposed to do. Okay, change directions. Bend down, step back, change hands, support the shoulder if you have to. Support the shoulder. Kiss. Good. After he passes me, raise your hand, kiss twice. Woo! So that he just told you it was a little more gas than he needed? That's okay. Yep. Yep. Let him go. Yep. Raise your hand, kiss twice. Good. Ask him to walk. It's a great trot to ask him to walk from. Good. He's just asking, are you sure you didn't want me to come in? You say, yep, but you're going to just do it like very politely. Say, no, I really did want you to stay walking. So now just send him back out. Support his shoulder, kiss, and don't leave him alone. Oh, that's good, that's good. He's walking. Yeah. Well, that's what makes it so cool. Now you can get louder because he stopped listening. Good. Good. You just never want to start off yelling at him. Yep. Now support. Yep. Good. Now leave him alone. And you be careful too about dropping the rope, right? Because that's how we got him confused the other day. Good. Bump him because he's wrong. He made an assumption. Good. Good. Kiss. Good. Leave him alone. Okay, now look at his tail and ask him to stop. Good. So, like, if he, and what you can do is you comb the rope, like literally keep your hands open. There. Yep. Good. And I would always, just for your own, don't create a bad habit, I would always say when he stops there, you stand up straight. When you stand up straight, he's supposed to know that that's as far as he's, and then you go the next step to him. Don't encourage him to learn to come to you because he'll start getting on top of you. And horses that crowd you, especially horses that are powerful like him, are dangerous. And it's okay because if you ever watch a herd of horses, the lead horse is the only one that can initiate grooming. No lower man can go up to the lead horse and groom on him unless he says, I want to groom on you first. So that's kind of that concept of you come as close as I ask, and then I'll groom on you. I don't think we need to get too much tighter. Oh, a little snugger. I'm not going to do any more than that, bud. Okay. So, we'll go ahead and remind him with you what the mounting block over command is. And then, yeah, you're going to do it away from the mounting block. You do it with that. First, you're just going to ask him, First, you're just going to ask him without telling him at all with the rein. You're just going to ask him. So you're going to step off to, yep, there. Snap your fingers. Good job. Remember, yeah, you'll scare him more if you rub his butt. Yep. Good boy. See, then you could do cool things like what you saw me. Yeah, he's just trying. He's trying very hard. He doesn't know right now. So, yep. Okay. Then you can do all kinds of cool stuff with that. And they get so proud of themselves.
Never got it.
Oh, yeah?
Remember? You probably got it. I never got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think that I remember I've ever tried to teach it and not been successful in teaching it. But, you know, maybe we quit before. Yeah. Did I tell you that story? I,
That you found her?
that I found her, and she was talking to me, and I was like, "Oh, it's a pretty horse," you know. And I couldn't see her really; I just could see that she's kind of a golden color. Oh yeah, that's a Morgan of Color. And I said, "I only know one Morgan of Color," and she told me who it was, and I said, "That horse was saying, I know you, I know you." I couldn't believe it.
We never actually taught her. We were going to. That was the next step, but we never made it.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Because I don't remember ever like saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe I couldn't teach that one that."
No, I'm sure it wasn't you. I'm sure it was me.
You're okay. Because I just look for another way to teach it if I can't, you know, that's why. You're good. You're okay. So now he's already getting worried because he's convinced, oh boy.
Here we go again.
So I'm just kind of letting him get some breathing. So now you know those barrels are going to be really scary. That saddle's going to be really scary. That brush box is going to be really scary. So once you're on him, everything that doesn't look like it's caught his eye is going to catch his eye.
That amazes me.
Their alertness to...
Just his responsiveness. So, right on.
Oh, he's a cool horse. I really like him.
That's fine.
Very smart, and very happy to please.
Yes.
That's why it's going to be so important that everything you do with him, you're going to keep your frustration in check, because he's going to stop wanting to please you. Because he will do everything in his power to make you happy. He's just that horse.
Good. Ready? Let's try this again.
It's okay. Over him from there. Step up on the mounting block and ask him to step all the way over from there. You stand the way you would stand if you're going to get on him, though. Yep, good. So he knows where to go. You're okay. You're okay. Back him up a step, so you're just going to wiggle like you're backing him up on the ground. Yep, and now over him. It's okay. It's okay. Just, there you go. Yep, good. Just give him a second. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Don't do anything else. You got to give him a time to digest what you asked him to do. Good. Good. So much better to let them think it through first than to automatically assume they're being bad.
So close.
So I'm going to move that so when you step off, he doesn't hit it, because we haven't done leg cues with you yet, so I don't want you to confuse him by hitting him with your leg. I got worried that I came behind him. Sorry, buddy. Okay, first, before you ask him to go anywhere, stretch him to your toes. Remember, it's a run your hand down. Yes. There you go. Yes. Good. Rub him. Good. Same thing. Run your hand down. Yep, just don't give up. Don't give up. Now he got away with not doing it. Even if it was in his own confusion, you'll help him by not letting him stay confused. Yep. Yep. Now see, everything's scary. Good. Good. Rub him. Good. So he is going to start looking at everything. When you're ready, you're going to put your hands forward. You're going to lean forward in the seat. And then next thing is to just show him you have legs on him, but you're not going to squeeze him. Good.
I think my stirrups are a little short, but I'm gonna.
They don't look short. They're uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're comfortable.
Well, I noticed with my saddle that you were kind of standing on your toes, so that's helping you keep your heels down. So let's work on changing direction by telling him how to do it through your body first. I was doing the Kirsten Sauer thing. Yeah, so head, shoulders, hips, then rein. Good, barely any rein I see.
Yeah, barely.
And you can make that to where, like, say you wanted him to respond in a tighter turn or a more responsive turn, you can. Oh, he's hearing me. See, now there's the brush box, right? So remember, he's going to start spooking at everything. You can, like, say you're not feeling that that's sharp enough and you want to get it sharper. That's when you would do head, shoulders, bump. So that way, so you can say, hey, did you feel me move? Now I want you to respond to that. And then you can stop doing the bump, because now he'll start to learn, oh, I'm going to get bumped if I don't do it sooner. Okay. So that's how you would teach him. You always want to try to eliminate the teaching aids, but see, now everything over there is scary. Don't worry, you're not. It happens all the time. Now the water tub's scary. Yep, yep. And you would start by giving it from the top by your knee, and then pressing, like a garlic press. Yeah, he's going to look at everything. So, change directions. Well, get him to the saddle and then change directions. Yep. So if you don't feel he's giving you enough, then you're just going to give him a little bump in the direction you want him to go. And it's just going to be kind of like a pulsation. You're going to, like, bump, 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 just so he kind of feels his nose get tugged. A little gassy this morning, buddy. So now you should feel that stride got a lot choppier just there, and that's because he's suddenly looking at stuff. So he has two different fearful strides. One is he takes a much longer stride because whatever it is got behind him, and when he's coming up to something that's startling him, you'll see his stride gets very choppy and his body gets very compressed. I did figure out what happened with us yesterday as far as why he got as scared as he got. I figured out why he got as scared as he got, but why I was a little worried about him was because you were saying ho and go at the same time, and what were his options but to go up? So he was getting shorter and shorter. He was becoming a very tight spring, and the only option was going to be to blow up. So that's why I wanted to grab him from you, because I hadn't seen him get kind of that worried before. So we're going to try to work on having more like a wet towel draped over him with our legs. Okay, change directions again. Yep, perfect. Yep. Now see, by that hesitation was him digesting what you just were asking him to do. It was him kind of going, oh. Okay. So he wasn't being bad. He wasn't stopping because you bumped on him. He was actually taking in that there was more to it. Now that brush box is scary. So is that tub there. So when he does something like that and he does ask to move, and he does offer to move along, just reach down and rub his neck kind of in that massaging way so he knows that you're with him. He's not out here by himself. So this is his hard direction, and so for us not to get him upset, we're going to change directions, and then we're going to ask him to trot. We'll do his hard direction after you guys get a little comfortable with each other. And if he picks up the canter, it'll be a better canter for him. Now remember, okay, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to have you bring him down to a stop by running on that left rein and bringing him, and that's how you're going to ask him to stop. So you're going to tell him right now, I know how to stop you. All the way down to your toe. Bring him all the way around. Yeah, your hand doesn't have to go to your toe. Just bring his, there you go. Okay. Now you're going to ask him, we're going to do that like 3 times. You're going to ask him to walk off. Same, yep, good. Don't squeeze him right away. Good. Run your hand down that left rein. Bring him down to your toe. Till he stops. Don't let go. Keep bringing him around till he stops. Keep bringing him around even after he stops so you can tell him to look at my toe. Good. We're going to do that one more time. What I want you to do is I want you to convince him that he recognizes when you tell him to break down. Because yesterday he didn't understand breaking down. So this way you're telling him, this is what I'll do when I want you to slow down. This is what I'll do when I want you to stop. So you guys...
Really just making it tighter on the rein and then directing it towards myself.
Right. And when you guys are fully connected, like right now you're telling him, I know how to stop you. But when you get really connected and say you're cantering and you want to break him down to a trot, you can just raise that inside rein or that left rein and he will break down into the trot. He'll just know that that's a downward thing.
Now it's always the inside rein now?
It's always the left rein.
Always the left.
Yep. And it'll be so subtle, you know, once you guys are really working well together, it'll be so subtle nobody will ever see you do it. I taught my horses how to do it so that the judges wouldn't see it.
Okay.
Because I don't like going walk or whoa or whatever out in the arena. Okay, so you're gonna do a rising trot because you'll bang all over him if you try to sit it.
Stop one more time. Sorry.
What's that?
Stop.
Okay, go ahead. Yep, you're going to still bring him all the way around. You still want to convince him that you know this. Just hold tight. Don't give in. Good. Rub him, let him know. Good. So I would do that actually one more time because although he stopped, he did not stop with respect. He stopped because something caught his eye over there.
Yeah.
Still bring him around though. Good. Good. Now the only thing that what I would want you to work on with him is when he comes out of that, you notice how he kind of takes his head straight and his ears go back. Not, he doesn't pin his ears, he's not angry. He does it in a worry way.
Yeah.
I want him to feel like he did the right thing, because I guess it's maybe he hears you get your reins back together or something, so instantly he gets his head straight again, like, I survived that. I don't want them taking their head back thinking, I survived it. I want them to take their head back because they understood they were let go. Right. So ask him to do it one more time, and watch what I'm talking about. He'll probably do it again, and then all you're going to do is you're just going to work on, yep, all the way, keep pulling. Good. Much better, because you rubbed him instead of slapped your reins back together.
Yeah, I let my feet off.
Yeah. Because he got, the other couple times he got very worried. He looks like he can neck rein. I didn't try neck reining him.
Yeah, it seemed to, like you just did a little bit.
Yep. Make your reins the same length, though. Your outside reins longer. There you go. Raise that inside rein. Bring him around until he starts to break into the trot. Once he breaks into the trot, yep, good. And now go back to asking for the trot. So basically you're saying, no, that's not what I want. I want you to trot. So as soon as, yep, and now start posting so he knows. Nope. Ooh, that's not good.
No.
You're all right, buddy. You're okay. You're okay. Yep, go ahead, keep pulling him around. Sorry, I was like touching him like he's good.
Yeah, and I don't think I was being confusing there. He's not loving the car. Saddle?
No, he did this yesterday. It's just maybe he's remembering how yesterday went. So maybe he's a little worried. So this time, instead of raising your inside rein, what I'm going to have you do is kind of like bring it around to try to get it towards your hip, and just do it as gently as you can, but make sure you're giving that other rein room for him to turn his head around. Because if you tighten him down with two reins, he's going to get worried and he's going to get more compact again.
Okay.
So because really, if you're in trouble, you can drop that right rein and bring him all the way around to your toe, and you'll have control of him. But if you pull on both reins, you have a lot less control than you think.
Okay. Really bad. Harder than
Yeah. Yeah, like he's really not doing that extremely respectfully. Like he's holding off on you there. Good. So I would even, like for me, if that was something I saw that was broken between myself and the horse, I would spend time working on that versus going, well, we said we would trot today.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean?
out.
So I would rather practice him understanding what you mean than saying, hey, well, I don't care, that part's broken, we're just going to trot and get ourselves in trouble.
So maybe some turning and...
Yep, yep. See, now he's even like really looking at stuff again.
No, I want him to be good, so...
Yeah, and I don't want him to be scared, and I want him to understand what you're asking of him, because that he understands when I tell him to do something, so like we don't have that miscommunication. And yeah, bring him all the way around. Bring him around. Like pull him all the way around, and make sure. Yep, you've got enough rein. Yep. Good. So again, he's pulling his head back out like I survived that, and he's really resisting you.
Yes.
So this time, I'm almost going to tell you to kind of bring his head around. Say, hey, by the way, I'm not kidding. I have control here, because if he's going to get to learn that where your weakness is, he's going to play on your weakness. And that's going to also be a run your hand down the rein kind of thing, because see how far back your hand has to go to make that happen? If you're in trouble, you're falling off. He sees bicycles. My guy Ritz is there. My guy Ritz is terrified of bicycles. Yep, perfect. Yep. Bring him around. Yeah. Now see, that was, you had control there.
And then he actually gives my shoe a mark.
Yeah, and I saw more like you said stop, and he said, and then he said, oh, okay. He kind of gave you a minute of debate, now that Frisbee's scary. Yep, bring him around. Make sure the other rein's not too tight, though. Good, yep. Okay. Also, the only other thing I want you to do is when you reach down, instead of leaning forward to get that rein, because leaning forward means go.
Okay.
So you're going to want to kind of dig deeper in your seat and reach for that rein. There, perfect. Now he gets it. Yep, bring him around still, though. Good. So, and you're going to always want to anchor yourself you're in trouble. You're not going to be one of leaning up on your... Yep, and then yeah, you know why? The reason it's your left rein is because when you're in trouble with your horse, say you're out on a trail and he goes into a dead run, and all you can do is get him to slow down, you don't want to be wondering which leg you're supposed to swing over because of which way you spun him around. I always do my emergency stop to the left. I don't want to think about which leg needs to go off the horse. Good. And then even when he does, like say he does stop and he does a really nice job for you and he stops, give him a break. Like just, pet him, give him a second to kind of stand there and digest that he did the right thing. Because if you go right back to walking, it's almost like you told him he did the wrong thing. Because right now you're working on, hey, do we have a good enough connection that when I tell you to stop, you're going to stop? Yep, don't let him resist you. Sink back down into your saddle. There. Yep. Oh, that's not good. He shouldn't take his head back from you. So he went from I'm surviving to now I'm going to resist and fight. So he showed a little attitude like the second day, so I did see he's capable of giving a little bit of an attitude. That's nice. Oh, man. So ask him to do it again, and then this time I'm going to have you meet him at straight. So in other words, block him from doing that. Good. Perfect. Good. Perfect. Good. Now let him walk off. Okay, so now you just fixed a conversation that was not very pleasant.
Yes.
I call those arguments. When they switch their tail at you, they're arguing. When they shake their head at you, they're arguing. When they take...
I'm not fond of this.
Yeah.
I don't think I like this very much.
I have one owner who I used to say, I had a little argument with your horse today. I had to clarify what I meant. Probably doesn't sound very good. Yeah, I mean, he's hyper alert, and when he feels like he's kind of out on a limb, he's, you know, it's worse. Good, 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 good. Now remember, this is his harder eye, so you'll have a little bit more looky stuff going on, like right now. And is being swollen, it's compromised a little bit even. That's nice. Yeah, yeah, I'm actually very pleased with the way he's holding his head right now. Remember, it's more of a sit back and anchor yourself. Good.
I think he is communicating with me more, even if I know when he's being pussy.
Yeah, oh sure.
Like, and then he's listening to me, okay, I already get it now.
Yeah, and then you took the time to say, but let's talk about this, as opposed to letting him get away with sticking his tongue out at you, or doing one of these deals, and you said, no, talk. You have a problem with this? Let's talk about it. You know, this way he goes, oh, all right, I guess I don't really need to do that then. But if he gets away with it, you know, it's like the old horse terms, don't let him get away with it. If he gets away with sassing you, he's going to sass you a lot. And it was more like an adult version of sassing. It wasn't like an 8-year-old sticking his tongue out at you. It was more like him saying, oh yeah, you in what army? So that's why I said, oh, I don't like that. Yes, that was a stronger conversation than it would be if he was being just sassy. Good. Now, I don't know. Go ahead, yep, keep going. I don't know if you saw what happened. When you sat back getting ready to do that, he stopped.
Yeah.
They start to learn what happens before what happens. So, good. Very good. I would love if from there, it happened already. It did happen, but it happened late. I would love it if he put his ears forward or he lowered his head. That's his way of accepting this isn't really so bad. Yeah, that's great. I was scared for my life running, and now she's bending me in half. I don't get it. Like, it's really not so bad. And then she sits here and pets me. This is awesome, you know. Licking and chewing. Head going down. All of that's great. You know, the head shake could have been bugs or it could have been another adrenaline release. Okay. Okay, because it's something definitely is off there.
So if you get long-term south down pat, then...
Yeah. I would prefer to do it that way, you know. I don't usually go off my plan when I see that there's something broken, but I also don't want you to come here and be disappointed that you didn't get to... Okay. Yes. And it was very helpful that you stayed there and had that conversation when you guys were going the other way, because now he's got much more respect for you. He's not fighting you as much. But had he done that, you moved on, he did it again, you moved on, he did it again, next thing you know, that's going to be a pattern of problems. Good. Don't automatically squeeze.
Okay. Yeah, good.
Well, just kind of think, would I want that?
Hands.
You know, would I rather you say, hey, could you walk this way? Or would I rather someone push me?
Yeah. Yeah. So ultimately the goal is to just have the hand.
Yes.
That's the goal.
And subtly.
Yeah.
You could just raise your hand, move your hand slightly up into his mane, and boom, he knows what you want in every gait. And, how you're sitting matters too, but much better. You got your stop from sitting.
Yeah.
And his ears are up. That's what I was looking for. Yep, good. And his ears are up. So he tells you a lot about whether or not he's happy or he's not happy, and and if you really watch his ears, they talk a lot.
Yeah.
Your right rein is considerably longer. Good. It's hard when they're not in the bit. You're attached to the same spot in the center. Yep, hold and wait. Good. There, but he stayed. You're not holding him anymore, right? Yeah, excellent. Yeah, oh, excellent. Yeah, if he stays in that position, that's fantastic.
Well, right now.
Oh, announce when you come through a doorway.
Oh, sorry. Hey, thank you for just letting me. Hi, baby. Hi, baby.
Oh, it's okay.
Did I
Are
scare
you okay?
Did I scare you?
I see that. That could have been ugly, Mom.
That could have been ugly. Sorry.
They don't have that rule at the farm where you come into
Yeah,
like the indoor?
I was already standing there, and I was trying to be quiet, so I didn't interrupt you.
Well,
sorry.
the quietness was a sneak up. It was a sneak attack.
You are definitely a mountain lion just now. Well, good see.
That was pretty good, right? That's a high five. Okay, let's go see her.
Hi, come and see me.
He's like, okay, it's still her on me.
It's okay. Did I scare you? I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
That's the beauty of the balance point. Because you go with them.
Are you have more faith in my feet now?
Yes?
I only lost one stirrup.
It makes it more fun.
Yeah. That was fun, all right.
Yeah, I don't know which one of them thought it was, though.
I don't think any of us actually.
No, he was like, what the heck was that? So we're trying to learn just a little. We're not trotting yet. We tried, and he wasn't wowed. So we're
Okay.
just being positive. And then
That saddle works best for him.
Yeah, that's the one that I would go with. That one's too tight.
Okay. Okay.
so that's what we're planning. I didn't expect it.
And the more you work with the yoga ball, the more you get yourself to where you really feel like you are 100% confident about your balance point. It doesn't matter if they trip to their knees. It doesn't matter if they do that. They spin. Yeah, you're gonna stay with the horse no matter what. It's amazing.
That was my plan.
That was your plan all along?
Yeah, I called her earlier and said, please sneak out that door so you can scare this horse. I want to see how well Sarah stays on. Good, good. Yep, good.
Now, Mom, the stop is always to the left because of the emergency business.
you'll get a video too.
Okay, good. Very good. Oh, I wonder will that
I don't know. It was over there. It may or may not show up. You'll be like doing it as a GIF, right? You'll be like, look, I stayed on.
It's like when Buttercup reared and I just dismounted and landed on my feet. It was like I was going to raise my hand like, yay, 10 points. I landed on my feet.
I actually can make that my little pony buck and like ride him like a bucking bronco. And I was doing that at the other farm that I was at, and he was going nuts. And I was out in the little dressage arena, and I had an audience. People were watching. Well, then finally everybody stopped watching. They lost interest. And all of a sudden, he gets out this big, giant, like he could jump over those barrels. And I did a cartwheel off of him. And I stood up and I went, like, did anybody see that? It was a relief nobody was there, but in the same sense, I wanted to see if anybody saw that awesome dismount. But yeah, it wasn't an intentional cartwheel, but it was a cartwheel.
But you didn't get hurt. You
No, and he wasn't in trouble because I was telling him to do it because he's so fun to ride. He's like riding a little, I don't know, little bucking bronco.
I would love if we got Chief, because Chief does the little standing rear that he pauses.
The Pisana.
I'd love to get him to do it as a trick kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Can we ever try to do that? Like not in a bad way, but he'll like pop up and
Pull it in the air. Like he does it when he loads. Sometimes he goes.
Oh, where he's thinking it through, like so it's actually him trying to process his depth perception is what he's doing. Yeah.
But it'd be nice to do it on command, as opposed to him just going.
Well, you know what you could do is when he's going to do it. So take him to the trailer, and when you know how to, like, because you're going to know, I'm assuming you're going to know how to ask him to do it because you're asking him to get in the trailer or something, and that's when it's going to happen. So kind of change your hand cue or something so it looks like that, and then praise him when he does do the little pop-up. The only problem is that then you're going to make it so it's always at the trailer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and he doesn't always do it consistently at the trailer. Sometimes he's just perfect.
Because you want to, or figure out what would make him pop up. Like if you did some kind of bridge or something, like out in your arena, and then see if you can get him to do it at that versus doing it at the trailer, because you don't want him to rear at the trailer.
No, not really.
And then that's an obstacle you can take away, and then just have a hand cue. A lot of people, I think, there's usually whips involved when they ask horses to rear. I'm not really sure. Like, I've never tried to teach a horse how to rear. I know.
Just so you know, I've gotten him where he stops and takes the up.
Good. Excellent.
But you'll always.
That's perfect for regular, but you'll always, if you start to struggle, yeah, that's perfect. If you find that you ever need to, and I usually remind a horse pretty quickly when I first get on them, oh, by the way, I know how to stop you. And I may do it 3 times on every ride, just to say, don't forget, I'm in charge here. Have you been grabbing the rein underhanded that whole time? Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't. I didn't think it caught my eye. I'm like, I don't think I saw you do that the other way.
Change over.
Well, the good thing about being in an emergency situation is you've done it consistently the same way over and over again, where you don't have to think about it. So don't change anything about it.
Yeah.
Good.
He's doing very well.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I believed that I knew what was going wrong with the trot, because I would feel that you could break him down to a walk now.
I think that I'm trying to get into post quickly, but he's almost only from canter.
Right.
So it's like a little bit of confusion there. I think that it's
Maybe he's interpreting that first post as leaning forward for the canter.
maybe. And so that's how I'm feeling, is that I'm trying to get into the
Maybe try a sit stride first. I mean, it's a big stride. I mean, I admit he bounces you around.
so negative.
Yeah, that was not cool.
Also like a little buck.
Yeah, it wasn't cool.
Oh, what did he do?
The first time we asked him, well, it was like the second time.